Okay, I can speak. I can speak. Blah, 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 blah. Okay. I'll be recording. 1970s language presentation. My language topics will be language and power and media, and I'll be looking over 1970s music, Southern Man by Neil Young, and Sweet Home Alabama by Leonard Skinner. During the 1970s, Leonard Skinner writes and sings Sweet Home Alabama as an answer to Neil Young's Southern Man to fight against themes of racism and slavery in the South, ultimately revealing that language and song form are powerful due to its ability to be passed further through time and to be sung to more people, proving to be an effective way of spreading their belief in the civil rights movement. During the 1950s and 1960s, civil rights activists fought against racial discrimination, risking their lives. The U.S. government was pressured to pass multiple civil rights laws. However, many white Americans were against the movement. During the 1970s, the peaceful protests continued, but the white hate group, the KKK, grew rapidly across the southern states. Governments and police did not stop oppression on the African Americans. Although many members of the movement had gained opportunities, still many faced discrimination. Southern Man by Neil Young was released in the 1970s in response to Southern resistance. And in 1974, Sweet Home Alabama by Leonard Skinner was released in response to Young's song. Neil Young.
Southern man, better keep your head. Don't forget what your good book said. Southern change from the love and land. Now your crosses are burning fast. Southern man, I saw cotton and I saw black. Tall white mansions and little shops. Southern man, when will you pay them back? I heard screaming and winds cracking. How long, Southern man, better keep your head. Don't forget what your good book said. Southern change from a common land. Now your crosses are burning fast. Lay down your heavens, broken ground. I've seen your black man coming round. Swear by God I'm gonna cut him down. I heard screaming and winds cracking. How long,
Lyric interpretation. Southern Man, better keep your head, don't forget what your good book said. Neil is asking the Southern people to cool their heads about their treatment of others as the civil rights movement marched. He's calling out the hypocrisy in the South, asking how they can preach about the good book, aka the Bible, when they're fighting for segregation and slavery. He states Southern change gonna come at last, now your crosses are burning fast. This line speaks of the Southerners' resentment to change the belief that there will be advancements in the civil rights whether they like it or not. He then criticizes their resentment and their creation of the KKK, who are known for their cross burnings. I saw cotton, I saw black, tall white mansions and little shacks. Cotton and black is referencing the slaves that worked picking cotton. The second line is referencing to the difference in living between slaves and their owners. The owners who would live in the tall white mansions, while the slaves lived in little shacks. Southern Man, when will he pay them back? Neil thinks it's about time that the people who are being served should return something to the slaves, because being slave is unnecessary. I heard screaming and bulbs cracking, how long, how long? He creates a mental image and an emotional appeal to the listeners, saying that the slaves are being whipped and were screaming, asking when will they stop this unjust treatment. Now this is the chorus, which serves as repetition. Lily Bell, your hair is golden brown. I've seen your black man coming around. Lily Bell is considered to be a white woman in this lyric, and presumably a black man has been coming to see her. When Neil includes "swear by God I'm gonna cut him down," it sounds as if the black man will be lynched only because he was seen with this girl. I hear screaming and bulbs cracking. How long, how long? This adds to the previous lyric that the black man is being harshly punished for being in a relationship. Neil asks how long before the South will change their actions. Neil Young writes a song about racism in the American South. He makes references to slavery, the KKK, interracial sex, lynching, and white supremacy. The song reveals that the society was broken by generalizing the South with hopes it could spread the message. Music is a powerful tool in media. By spreading messages through tunes that spread fast through society, people can get information from a musician rather than a journalist, and through the language of his lyrics, listeners can learn about the injustices presented in society. Although many Southerners hated the song because it generalized the South, people can assume that Young hoped to gain attention to the inequity and help move our society forward. This song hopes to reveal to people that our society is broken and that we need to be kind to each other despite our differences. This is Leonard Skinner, a rock band who wrote Sweet Home Alabama.
Wheels keep on turning, carry me home to see my kids, singing songs about the Southland. I miss Alabama once again, and I think it's a sin. I heard Mr. Young sing about her. Well, I heard O'Neal put it down. Well, I hope Neil Young will remember. I said that man don't need him around anyhow. Sweet home Alabama, where the skies are blue. Sweet home Alabama, Lord, I'm coming home to you. In Birmingham, they love the governor. Now we do what we do. Now Watergate does not bother me. Does your conscience bother you? Tell me true. Sweet home Alabama, where the skies are blue. Sweet home Alabama, right, I'm coming home to you. Come on. Now Russell shows has got the swampers. They've been known for song too. Lord, they get me off so much. They pick me up when I'm feeling blue, and now about you. Sweet home Alabama, where the skies are blue. Sweet home Alabama, right, I'm coming home to you. Sweet home Alabama, oh, sweet home, where the skies are blue and the dawn is true. Sweet home Alabama, Lord, I'm coming home to you.
And we'll stop there. Lyric interpretation. I miss Alabama once again, and I think it's a sin. The lyric is singing about someone who's coming home to Alabama, but he feels it is wrong for him to miss such a place as Alabama because of songs such as Southern Man, who generalize the entire South as wrong and racist. Well, I heard O'Neal put her down. Well, I hope Neil Young will remember a Southern man don't need him around anyhow. Skinner blatantly says Neil as a response to Neil Young, and when saying he puts her down, it's stating her as in Alabama and how Neil's song he sings about the race of South. This verse sounds hostile to Neil, saying that the South doesn't need him to criticize the entire South, that the entire South is not all wrong and racist. In Birmingham, they love the governor. Boo, boo, boo. In Birmingham, Alabama in 1963, demonstrators sought to desegregate businesses. They were faced with violent reactions. They, as in the Birmingham white people, loved the governor, George Wallace, who did nothing to stop these actions and was openly racist. Skinner's frontman Van Sant later said that Boo Boo Boo's purpose was to show that the people were rejecting Governor Wallace's politics. Now, we did what we could do. This line's purpose is to say that not everyone in Alabama is racist, and they did what they could do to oppose Governor Wallace. Now, Watergate does not bother me. Does your conscience bother you? Tell the truth. Watergate is a term to describe the political scandals of President Nixon's Republican government, spying on liberal opponents. Skinner is saying that we didn't vote for Wallace, we didn't vote for Nixon, but the people who did, does your conscience bother you that you let this happen? This serves as pathos because it calls out those who supported the governor, aiming to make them feel guilty. He later states, where the skies are so blue and the governor's true. This is ironic in comparison to the earlier lyric, Boo Boo Boo, because they don't like the governor, even though it says the governor is true. Sweet Home Alabama is allegedly a response to Neil Young's Southern Man. The message of the song can be seen as saying that not all Southerners are the same, going against Young's generalization of the South as being racist. However, Van Sant later stated that there is no feud against Young and that there are simply Southern rebels and know the difference between right and wrong. This information is being told through song, a type of media. The language used impacts the meaning of the song because it gives historical examples to serve as logos and giving themselves credibility and ethos towards the listeners, who we can assume to be of all ages. The main language type used in this song are rhetorical appeals, giving examples of violence through segregation beliefs, proving to the listeners to listen to them, and to persuade the listeners to be against this racist belief. The song also gives an emotional appeal as a propaganda technique, to appeal to the listeners and to follow their message. It also uses repetition. The chorus stays the same throughout the entire song, giving Alabama a positive connotation, to be home, to have blue skies, to be happy and cheery. But then they use a more negative connotation of Alabama during the verses about Birmingham and Governor Wallace. The language used in this media type song is a powerful way to spread the message for civil rights, but to show that there are Southerners that don't fit the stereotype that all Southerners are racist. This song is still well known and sung to this day, just proving how powerful the language and music in songs are that can spread their message through generations compared to books and journals and newscasts. Thank you.